Okay, so here's a quick video on how to maintain your site. So I'm going over to your site right here, going to the home page. If I'm a customer, I go to this home page, and of course I'm sufficiently impressed here. I read a little bit about you, and then I hover over store, and I see these three categories. I'd like to see something from classic to creative, so I go there, and I go to the page that has those. So it says, take a look at our calendar to see our current availability and what's baking soon. This month's featured cheesecakes in stock are this one and this one. So then I keep going down a little bit, and then it says other cheesecakes we specialize in are, and then it has these. Now what should happen is that when I click on one of these that's not currently in stock, like you don't currently have dark cherry swirl in stock. So I should be able to go down here, choose an option, choose a size, and I should not be able to add it to the cart because you don't currently have that. So that's a little bit of a problem. So we want to be able to see the cheesecakes that you have, the ones that you specialize in, and then I also want to be able to take a look at the calendar and see what's coming down the road. Okay? So take a look at this process. By the way, I'm going to give you the link to this document. So when somebody goes to your site, they're going to want to look at the cheesecakes. There's two parts to the cheesecake page: what's in stock and then everything else you offer. To get the cheesecakes to show up in the page, I'm going to show you how to mark the product as being in either a light or dark category. So this one right here, from classic to creative, I'm going to go in and I'm going to click on the one for New York style sour cream. So this one right here. I'm going to click on that one, and when it shows up on the product, since I've signed in, I should be able to edit the product. Now inside here it's got the description. Remember, this is just regular text. This is actually sort of like it's what you actually see on the page, so you can format it and put in different size titles and everything, really make it fancy. So anyway, to make this show up on the page, you have to make sure that it's checked as light or dark, depending on what it is. Otherwise, it's not going to show up on the page. So that's checked as light. If you want it to show up as in stock, you have to check light stock. So if you want it to show up on the page, you have to choose either the light or the dark category on that product right there. If you want it to show up as being in stock up at the top of your page, you have to check on either light stock or dark stock. So like this one, I made sure that it was light stock. And then this one, strawberry swirl, this one, you want it showing up on the light page, but you don't want it as being in the section that says in stock. So I left that one unchecked. So for it to show up as being currently in stock, you have to mark the product as being either light stock or dark stock category. That's going to allow the cheesecakes to show up in the appropriate locations, and the ones that are currently in stock are going to show up at the top of the page. So that's going to require some frequent updating. Now on the products that you want people to be able to look at and choose from, you should be managing your inventory. So right now, if you don't have any New York style sour cream, what you need to do, and you might have to do this for every single one, what you need to do is go down to inventory, go click the box where it says manage stock, and then right now you have 0. So let's check this out. If I click on update, and again this is the New York style sour cream, it's going to update it, and then I'm going to take a look at the product page. Remember, I made it 0. Right now I say choose an option, 10-inch, choose crust, gram. It says $52, but it says out of stock. So what I would do is I would go through every single product, and you really don't have that many, but I would go through every single product, go down to inventory, and make sure manage stock is checked, and you actually say how many you have in stock. So the cheesecakes that you don't currently offer should have an inventory of 0. So what's going to happen is, like this one right here, let's say I have 10 of these in stock. I'm going to update that, and then as soon as somebody orders one, it'll say 9 is in stock. Somebody orders another one, 8, 7, and so on. And then when it gets down to 0, it'll say that thing again where it says you can't order anymore. In addition to this, people are going to want to know what's going to be in stock. And this is where the calendar comes into play. So I'm going to go back to the site here. When people go to the store and go to a particular page, the first thing is take a look at our calendar to see our current availability. So remember, this calendar is hooked up to your phone, it's hooked up to your account, and it's called Artisan Cheesecakery Availability. And what you should do is, just to let people know what's coming down the pike, you should go to a particular day, and you could set it at a time, or you could just say it's an all-day thing. Go to a particular day, and if you think you're going to be baking some cheesecakes on that day, make an event that says what you're going to be doing. So like on this day, I don't know if you just put this in here or if you were just kind of messing around. On this day, you could say 5 New York style. So they know on Thursday, they're going to be able to come back, they're going to be able to go to the New York style page, and there should be 5 in inventory. On Thursday the 18th, you should go into your site, open up the New York style, change your inventory to 5 so that people can actually order it. Same thing with this one. You're saying that today, October 20th, somewhere between 4 and 5 p.m., there's going to be 5 pumpkin swirls that show up on the website. So what we should be doing is going into Classic to Creative. I don't think we have pumpkin swirl on the page, so we have to add that product. And again, you'd want to click on Manage Inventory, and then you want to make sure that there's 5 pumpkin swirls on there. So the process should be like this. Client goes to the site, goes to the menu page. They see the ones that are in stock up at the top and the others at the bottom. They click on the one that they want, and if the inventory says it's available, they order it. They're going to pay for it, and you get a notification. The inventory automatically goes down by 1, so you don't have to worry about that. You do have to worry about it when it gets to 0, though, because you might have inventory at 0 when you actually have like maybe 10 cakes, and people could be ordering them, but they can't if the website inventory says 0. You can change your calendar if you're recording totals in there. So back on your calendar, if you wanted to, where it says 5 New York style, if you wanted to, you could reduce that by 1. So anyway, that's how you maintain the website. While you're in the website, sometimes you're going to see this right up here. See where it says, it's got a refresh button and it says 6. Those are updates. So if you want to, once in a while, you can go in here and just click on all of these and then click on Update Plugins. It's a really good idea to keep these all up to date. Plugins are kind of like add-ons to your website. And sometimes if they're not 100% up to date, sometimes you can have problems with that. Especially something like WooCommerce. That's the program that you use for your shopping cart. So I'm going to click on Update now for that. One last thing, see where it says Not Secure? What we're going to need to do is get you an SSL, which is a secure socket license or something like that. Anyway, it's about $60 a year. And what that does is, it's actually required if you're going to be making transactions on the website, because it encrypts the person's credit card information. But if you don't have an SSL, you actually don't get ranked as high as you would on Google if if you did have an SSL. So what I would encourage you to do is go into your GoDaddy account or wherever you got your hosting through and get the SSL. Okay, you can always call me, 760-224-9413, or you can also email me at aaron@grablegraphics.com. Thanks.